here's our community center. And then interact with them and give you the brief history about our community. As you have come, I have to give you the brief history. Well, our community is called Nzulezu. Means people living on top of water or on water top. We the Nzumas, water we call Nzule. And then Zoom is top. So Nzulezu is on top of water. Well, our ancestors were not Ghanaians. They migrated from Mali in Timbuktu on 14th and 15th century. That was the war between Senegal and the Malians. Our ancestors were then living in Timbuktu. That land was endowed by gold. God endowed that land by gold. So these Senegalese came to extract some of the gold to their country. Our ancestors resisted, and that began the war. So they fought bravely, and most of our ancestors were killed in Mali. Formerly, Christianity wasn't common in Africa, so our ancestors were then worshipping small gods. That god, the form is like a snail, but you can't see it with your visual eyes. Only the seer or the fetish priest interact with the god. Whatever he tells him, he also narrate to the people. So that time, he told the seer that he should let the people move from Mali, otherwise all of them will be killed. They have to observe his instructions. So they decided to move in midnight through the forest. That time there was no woods in Africa, so no longer in Africa. So they started their journey through the forest. And when they were going, pregnant mothers and children were among them. Most of them died on the way. When you deliver on the way, they just leave you there. Those who were sick, they use the herbs to treat them, and they recover, and then they join them. So through the forest, they crossed Burkina Faso and later appear in Ghana. In Ghana here, their first station was Wanchi in Bongahafo. From Wanchi, they moved to Techima. They stayed there for some years. The airport told them they were not safe. They have to continue their journey. So from Techima, they moved to Esipon, Sekandi. From Esipon, they came to Nzema land, a community called Aziema. Well, from Aziema, they moved and passed through the coastal area. They reached at a certain place, a community called Bakanta. When they reached there, their God saw that a stream enters a sea at that community, not knowing it is that this river. This river is called Amazri. It has resources and enters the sea at that community, Bakanta. So when they reach there, the God moved through the water. Then the people have to follow the God, their God. How can they reach here? They thought it was to cut down big trees which can float and tighten it to make raft. And they sat on it, paddled gradually, and they appear here. They were 43 chiefs when they departed from Mali with their subjects. When they entered here, their location was the other side of the river. Well, they built their houses with temporary thatches. Well, with thatches, temporary. They didn't build a proper houses because they have reached here, and then they have to find a land whereby someone pass away. They bury that person, and land to cultivate to get for stuff. So they didn't build proper houses. But formerly, you don't use matches. You use stones to fire. So they gather the firewood, long ones, and then they gather it, and then they put the light in it, the fire in it. When you want to quench the fire, then you have to quench it. But if not, the firewood has to finish before the fire is putting down. Well, by living there in search of land, coming back from the forest, well, they'll come and find a fire outbreak because we are near the sea. The sea went from that side. When you go interior in the middle of the water, it's very strong. So when it blows, all their houses got burned. So the 42 chiefs and their subjects decided to leave. They come back double agony. So they left, and then most of them went to Côte d'Ivoire. Those at Côte d'Ivoire, you have a lagoon there called Abbey Lagoon. those located around that Abilegun, their ancestors who moved from here to that place, left with one king called King Tekrika. It's a Marian name. This language was called Muga. That Muga crossed the river, came down here to fish for home consumption, and he found out that the wind here is very calm. He went back and told the chief, and he also selected people to come and verify. And then they said here will be comfortable for them, so they started to build proper houses here, and they all moved to this place. When they moved to this place, he assembled his elders, asking them that we have got everything. What we need, we have got it, because we have got land, everything. Shall we go back to our country? They said no. Once our mothers and children and our brothers have been killed over there, we are here, we are safe. So we are not going back to our country again. We shall stay here for the end of our life. When they were coming to, they have their real language called Iwutri language. But when they came and they said they won't go back again, they have to intermarry with Ghanaians. The youth among them, they are mature to marry, so they have to intermarry with Ghanaians, the Nzulezu, the Fantis. So their language started to diminish. So as I'm talking now, that language has vanished totally. No one can hear that language. So we are Nzulezu, and we are among of the Akan group. We do everything in common with the Akans. The reason why our ancestors settled on water is that they thought it was when they settled on water, no enemies can come and then fight them for safe and security. That's why they didn't go back. Thank you. I'm done.